What's good, YouTube? This video is going to be about why it's so important to do your homework on a guy before you get close to him. Recently, I went on Instagram and I just asked people if there was anything scary or troubling that you've ever found out about a guy after you fell for him, after you started dating him, or after things got serious. And I got a lot of creepy responses. I got a lot of scarier responses. And so I'm going to share some with y'all. Yes, I found out he was on America's Most Wanted. Is that the type of excitement some of y'all are looking for? One person said that, yes, I found out he was terribly abusive in his past relationships. Would you really want to be girl 2 after girl 1 already had it on record? This is the type of stuff I'm talking about. Someone else said that their new boyfriend was married. Again, this is public information, but it's all information that can be found on Been Verified. It puts all that information in one place. You don't have to look around and dig around in multiple places to find this stuff. Most of y'all not digging, and that's the problem. Let's look at some of the other comments. Oh, he killed someone before. Another person said, yes, he was an ex-convict with a baby mama. No. Remember, if I can't keep track of baby mamas, but it could have told you about the ex-convict part. Now, this next one isn't so funny. She said, yes, unfortunately, he was a convicted sex offender. Now, that's one I get all the time. I talk to women all the time. Y'all know I do phone calls. I talk to women all the time who are dating guys who either found out that they're pedos or that they're sex offenders and that they have records of rape and abuse of women. They don't find that out until they get left alone in the guy's apartment when it's going good and they're starting to really catch serious feelings and they're starting to feel like they're accepted into his life. He leaves his computer open or something like that. And I've talked to multiple women who have found folders and folders and folders full of inappropriate kid videos or, found out that the gentleman was a sex offender or he had multiple rapes under his belt or something like that. You don't want to be finding this shit out after you fall in love with a person. Again, Been Verified can help with this type of stuff. And someone else just said, yes, I found all kinds of shit. Sadly, I recommend background checks. Assault on a woman. This next one says, found out he likes little girls, shaking my head. A history of stalking. Convicted sex offender, again. History of domestic abuse, again. Yes, he was a murderer. This one says, yes, I found out he had a felony that was very serious. It killed it for me. I'm good. Like, on top of all this stuff, getting out of my Instagram account, I've met way too many women who find out the things that they should have known about a guy before they got serious when those things are happening to them. Whether it's the abuse or the sexual trauma or the police are knocking at their door because that's where the dope is and they didn't realize he was stashing it at their house. Standoffs in the middle of the night that they didn't know were coming because they thought they were dealing with just a normal bad boy, not one who was actually about that life. But too often women aren't giving themselves the proper chance at a peaceful, happy, healthy relationship because they're not worried about those types of things. They're taken by their emotions. You have to really focus on the things that matter. You have to focus on the things that preserve you, and you have to apply those standards to the man you meet. Look, fuck it. This is a list of stuff that Been Verified can check. It puts it all in one place, simple and easy for you. So at least if there's a history, you have that information, and you don't end up looking like a fool or being victimized yourself by a person who's perpetrated crimes against people. Of course, sometimes people have been rehabilitated. Of course, some people have been wrongly accused. But you can check a person's legal patterns with Been Verified. If you background check a person, you at least have that information in the clear. Well, at least you're not a murderer that I know of. At least you're not a convicted killer. At least you're not a convicted felon. At least you're not a this or that. At least you're not married. You don't have any outstanding marriage certificates. Oh, you are licensed as a doctor in your state. I can see it here. Oh, you're not lying about being a lawyer. I can see your license. You don't even have to discuss with these guys that you're checking their backgrounds because it's more about your self-preservation than you letting them know that you're checking up on them. You don't let people know that you checked up on their Facebook or that you're stalking it for 4 or 5 hours a day. It's none of their damn business that you check their background before you say yes to a date. A lot of that stuff I just read was scary, but it was all public information. Stuff you could know, stuff you should know. There are a lot of reasons that people do background checks. You can do background checks for all kind of stuff, but I'm a dating channel. I'm telling you how to protect yourself at all times, and this is one of those things. If your fathers or your brothers or the men in your family aren't telling you to do this stuff, then I'm telling you to do it. I know it's not fun, but you need to employ some kind of strategy to protect yourself while you're dating. Too often when things don't happen to us, we assume they can't happen, right? And every time anything happens to anyone that's tragic or terrifying, horrible, they say, I never thought it would be me. I hear about this stuff all the time, but I never thought it would be me. Well, it's always going to be somebody, and that somebody could be you. So why don't you just do your homework? Make sure that you do everything that you can do to prevent it from being you. Listen, this isn't a victim blame. It's just to say that if you're not a victim yet, or you don't want to be a victim again, you need to take responsibility and control the things that are within your control to do. And being proactive and protecting yourself and doing your due diligence and exercising your right to listen and hear and focus and investigate and think critically about a man before you just decide he's the one, before you get close to him, before you put yourself in a dangerous situation, is key. No one ever thinks it's going to be them, but it's always somebody. Make sure that someone isn't you. If you don't know enough about a guy, as exciting as that might be to try to get to know him or to peel back his layers or to uncrack his shell, at some point it will come back to haunt you if you haven't figured out those things that you need to know about a guy. It's just not a smart idea to allow a guy to not answer a whole lot of questions because he's mysterious, not ask him a whole lot, not be having conversations, have text-only conversations, and not be checking backgrounds. You got to pick a struggle. So if that's the case, you need to be doing your homework on these guys. Do your due diligence. At least get a background check. Being verified allows you to check a man's criminal history, his address history, his job licensing, if he has any official job licensing. It allows you to really get some information that you'd probably be digging for if you were going on Facebook or going on his social media stalking, looking for and probably can't find. Of course, a lot of things are public record, but a lot of y'all don't know how to do that research. A lot of y'all don't know where to get that stuff. Being verified puts it all in one place. And so if you're not going to ask the right questions, and you're getting to know people who are about to get access to have you alone or to take you away on a trip or to be coming over your house, you need to be knowing something about them. And so, like I said, I just keep meeting women who are having a very reckless time at it. And too often, these women are being, taken advantage of in different ways. And again, it's not about being paranoid. It's about just making sure that you're taking care of you, that you're protecting you. You have to take proper precautions. Everybody isn't out here being honest and genuine. Or like I said, you can be paranoid or you can just do your homework. Always protect you. Be proactive and not reactive. Don't allow people who could be threats to your life or your lifestyle to come into your life unvetted. Anyway, that's all I got for now. Follow me at KidVic24 on Instagram. I'll get with y'all later.